Hello and welcome to The Wedding Planner. And today I have with me Gill, who's Felixstowe's very own wedding planner. Hello, Gill.
Hello, Maureen.
Thank you for coming today.
Pleasure.
I'm so excited. I know I'm excited every week, but honestly, today is going to be fantastic. We have got hats, we've got fascinators.
Yep.
What else have we got?
Veils, we talk about combs, and the sort of headgear that you can have for a wedding.
Isn't that wonderful? I can't wait. Now, I just want to explain, I think I'm right in saying, Gill, that although you are a wedding planner, to me, a wedding planner is somebody who does the whole thing. Mm-hmm. But you're also a wedding advisor, is that right?
Yeah, I mean, wedding planners can do, as we said in the first programme, anything. You can do the full wedding plan, you can do partial wedding planning, or you can just actually do a search for a bride and groom. So it could be searching suppliers or going out and seeing what is available within a certain budget on the market. That could be researching online, it could be visiting various shops and outlets and specialist hat makers, for example, milliners. So yeah, we can do anything as wedding planners. So it doesn't just mean planning a wedding, it could just be researching a supplier.
So is that what makes you also a wedding advisor? Yeah. Could I come to you if I just wanted advice on something?
Yes, yeah.
Would that be very expensive?
Well, traditionally, I don't want to say most people charge this, because obviously different wedding planners around the country have different prices. But normally you're looking at about £50 plus for a wedding planner or an advisor to do some sort of research for a supplier, let's say. So you're looking at around £50 plus, depending on the area and how much time they're going to spend.
But that could be money well spent if you've got problems, say, getting a suitable group or a venue. I mean, there's so many venues.
For sure, or bands or whatever, you know, as I think we've mentioned before in the programme, people have had, let's say, a band or a group that they wanted for their reception and have cancelled at the last minute, whatever reason.
Awful.
And so people are then, you know, desperately searching for a replacement. And if you don't have a contract with your previous band, you know, then you're a little bit stuck and you've got no comeback. So you then have to start the search from scratch. That's where a wedding planner or advisor can come into play.
So if what if I wanted just a bit of advice? Like I want to do it all myself, but I just want a bit of general advice. Would you sort of...
We could do that, but obviously you negotiate the price with your client, depending on how much time you're spending on giving that person advice. So that can be done.
You can do all sorts of things. Yes. Wonderful. I think that's wonderful. But I don't know about you, but I'm really excited. Do you think we can start? Because we've got loads. We've got absolutely loads. And I've seen some of them. They're stunning. If you don't know what to wear for yourself as a bride or as...
mother of the bride or bridesmaids or guest to a wedding, in fact.
Look at this programme. It's fabulous. So shall we start?
Let's begin.
Let's begin. Okay,
obviously this is for a bride. The reason I've chosen this is because it's a jewel droplet headdress. So traditionally a bride that has longer hair, swept up, could wear this, but you could have your hair down wearing this.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's very ornate.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So a little bit of sort of Oriental style or Indian style cropping in there.
What's
That's a comb in her hair.
Oh, is that the comb? Yes, at the side.
Just a comb, an ornamental comb. But that particular lady has a hairpiece in her hair. She got her hairdresser to do it. So if you've got short hair, but on your wedding day you actually want to appear that you've got long hair, you can ask your hairdresser to add an attachment. Obviously, we talked earlier in our programmes about trends for next year. Fresh flowers or flowers in general are coming back. So as a bridal headdress, you might want to consider something like that.
Doesn't
a band
that
of flowers.
Stunning?
It's very beautiful.
That takes some work.
It does. Obviously, you need a good florist to do something like that.
Oh, I love that.
The birdcage veil over the hair. That can probably suit any hairstyle, you know, whether it be short, medium, or long hair.
But you could also wear that with a short dress. It doesn't,
you know, in a different colour. You know, a mother of the bride or any guest could wear something like that. It doesn't have to be for a bride alone.
No.
Just a little headband there, but something a little bit different.
Simple.
Sort of a bit more bohemian, maybe countrified.
But beautiful
but very pretty,
as well.
yeah, subtle. It's very subtle.
Yes,
nice.
I like that.
Again, we're just looking at sort of headbands that are ornate. Maybe a bride or bridesmaid would like to wear something like this.
Is that a net as well?
It's
Has
just
that got a
wire
net?
wire with little crystals
Oh,
attached
isn't
to it. But
that
obviously they
pretty?
come in a variety of themes. So you can have bigger flowers or pearls or whatever attached to them.
You've got the right face, wouldn't that look
Yeah.
like she has?
Yeah.
I mean, the
Yeah.
cheekbones, that
Yeah.
would look stunning,
It is
wouldn't
nice.
it?
And then
Oh.
obviously if you want to wear your hair up,
Yeah.
you might consider something like that rather than a veil. You know, these are all sort of alternatives. You could wear a veil with some of these as well, but
Yeah.
you know, if you just want something in your hair and not
It
have
looks like
a veil.
a tiara almost.
Yeah, a
doesn't
little
it?
bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very elegant.
Got the little
Jaunty.
box hat there, yes, for a bride. Maybe if you're getting married in a reception, sort of not a reception, but a sort of registry office rather, you might choose something like that.
It's a bit different,
It is
isn't
a
it?
little bit
If you
different,
don't
a bit
want to
more quirky,
be
perhaps.
the same as
Yeah.
somebody else, that's
Yeah.
definitely a jaunty
So a
look.
little mini top hat there.
Yeah.
There you've got a fascinator which may look like a hat. So,
It does, doesn't
yeah.
it? Is that a fascinator?
It's a fascinator. Some fascinators are quite deceiving. You think they are hats, but they are
Yeah.
actually fascinators.
That's
Fixed on
actually
with a
lovely.
headband or a comb, yeah.
And that wouldn't be allowed at Ascot, even though it looks a bit like
No,
a
they
hat.
used to allow fascinators, I believe, at Ascot, and then they've banned them, and now it's just hats, popper hats
popper
only.
hats.
Yeah, but obviously we're talking about weddings here, so you know anything goes. It's up to personal choice for both bride and
Yeah.
guests.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, so we've got a very sort of over-the-top kind of headdress there,
Yeah.
designer creation.
That's making a statement.
It is
isn't
making,
it?
yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
very flamboyant haute couture headgear for a bride there.
Brave bride at
Yeah,
that.
but it, you know, obviously we like to bring things to the
Yes,
audience so that you can
absolutely.
see what's out there. These particular fascinators are local. They come from the jewellery box in Felixstowe.
Aren't they gorgeous?
A bride that may be getting married in a registry office, not wearing white, or even if you are wearing white or cream, might choose these, or a guest going to a wedding might choose these. So
They're lovely,
they
aren't
are,
they?
yeah,
They're
pretty
really,
colours.
Yes,
Yeah.
very pretty.
And again, you've got the sort of almost Indian
It
droplet on the
is,
face.
isn't it? Yes.
Yeah. So
But very
something actually
feminine
ve-
looking.
very
It's
pretty,
beautiful,
very ornate.
Isn't it?
yeah.
Oh, I do like that.
Okay, here, another sort of fascinator that you might want to wear as a bride.
Is that a fascinator
It is,
again?
yeah.
Not a hat.
Yeah,
It's
sort of
it's,
saucer effect.
I like it's see-through, obviously, but I
yeah,
mean
the netting
that
effect.
has a beauty of
Yeah.
its own. You're getting some beautiful selections.
We're trying
here.
to cover all sorts of styles
Yeah.
here and people's taste. And obviously depending on their hairstyles and hair.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
Is lovely.
yeah, it's nice.
Do you know, there's so many different things, you never look the same.
No.
It used to be all brides looked the same,
Yeah.
but now...
I mean, this is almost very 1920s, sort of with the headband on the
Yes.
forehead and just a little bit of ornate.
Are they all little sort of stones?
Stones and lace and pearls.
Oh, it's beautiful,
Yeah,
isn't
all
it?
intertwined.
Beautiful.
And that's a comb that you might want to wear in your hair if
Is
you're a bride
it?
or a bridesmaid. Or, yeah, so
Goodness, that's lovely.
ornate combs for brides and bridesmaids.
Oh, that's really very stylish. Oh, look, I could wear that.
That is something, again, that comes from the jewellery
Oh.
box in Felixstowe.
Does
So,
it?
yeah.
This is local.
That's all local. So
Goodness
while doing
me.
research for this programme, I tried to keep it more localised when we're looking at what's available, particularly for mother of the bride hats and things like that.
Yes, I could wear that.
yeah.
I'd go to town
It's
for
beautiful,
a
isn't it?
hat
So,
like that.
and again, you know, if you go to the races, so you might want to use that.
Double use,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Definitely. Another one from the jewellery
Aw.
box in Felixstowe.
Oh, that's lovely
Yeah.
as well. You could wear that everywhere, couldn't you? Beautiful.
So, yeah.
So we've got some nice things locally, haven't we?
This is another local hat.
Okay.
This
Oh,
came from a
yes.
charity shop
No.
in Felixstowe.
Goodness
It was
me.
actually, I found it in the RSPCA charity shop, and it just proves that, you know, whether you be a wedding planner, advisor, or whether you're actually a bride or a guest going to a wedding or Ascot or something, you don't have to just rely on sort of traditional top of the market sort of shops.
Right.
You can actually search around and some charity shops or
Really?
online have,
Goodness.
you know,
Was
decent
this local
styles.
as well?
Yeah, that was in Felixstowe.
Good
at the
grief.
RSPCA charity shop.
Well, Felixstowe does have everything,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
So
Amazing.
depending on your budget, I mean, you might not want to spend a lot of money on
No.
hats because you might only be wearing it for one occasion. Again, this came from the RSPCA charity shop.
Really? Oh, look at that bow. I mean, that's really quite
Yeah.
stylish, isn't it?
So
No, that's lovely.
the tip is to hunt around, really, or get your wedding planner or wedding advisor, whatever you want to call such a person, to do it for you.
Oh,
Another
look
one
at
that came from the charity shop, the RSPCA. charity
Really? I mean,
shop.
such different styles as well.
Obviously different colours.
Yes.
So
It's hard to find a hat that suits
Yeah.
sometimes, isn't it?
And another one.
Oh, is that also from?
Yeah, they're all
Good
from the charity
grief,
shop.
Look at that. I mean, what a selection.
Yeah, so just by sort of doing some legwork and research, you
Yes.
can find different things.
And good condition as well.
Yeah. And another one again from the charity shop.
But I mean, they look stylish hats.
They're obviously in very good condition.
Nice colours.
Yeah. This is
Oh.
from Karina's shop, the jewellery box in Felixstowe.
Oh, but I like that.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have to wear
Little
that
tiny,
lots.
I know, little tiny roses on the crown. It's
Beautiful.
gorgeous. A fascinator, again from
Really?
the jewellery box in Felixstowe.
Oh, I love the colour.
Yeah, the colour is
wow.
beautiful. So, you know,
Yes.
you can mix and match with your outfit, or you can try and sort of blend in with your outfit if you're going to a wedding or if you're having a registry office wedding.
Yes.
So the key is to shop around, you know, have fun trying on
Yes.
fascinators and hats and combs and things. Maybe even have a word with your hairdresser as to what suits your style, hairstyle or your facial
That's
style.
a good idea.
So, yeah.
But what I like so far is you're telling me this is all local.
Yeah, most of what I've found is local, yeah.
Good grief.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I would have thought you'd have had to travel, and
Not
that's a
necessarily,
pain
no.
as well.
Felixstowe does have things. Yeah.
But
This
they're
a-
beautiful
yeah.
things.
Yeah, this again comes from the jewellery box in Felixstowe.
Well, that's a...
So whatever style of
Yeah.
hat you're looking for, you know, whether it be big brimmed, high crowned, you know, or small, delicate or fascinator, we have it in Felixstowe.
Fantastic.
yeah.
And look at the work
Beautiful
in
colours
that.
as well that you can choose from. We've seen the selection of colours already.
Yes.
So,
You certainly wouldn't get two hats the same, would you? Oh,
no,
my goodness,
no,
look
this
at
is
that.
a fascinator again from the jewellery box. I quite like this. It's
Oh,
sort of
that
very
is
vibrant.
lovely. So the jewellery box is not just hats, though, is it?
No, the jewellery
Oh.
box, originally, Karina, the owner, started her business selling jewellery, hence the name.
Ah,
And they do jewellery there for sort of brides or proms or any sort of special occasion, really. They sell handbags, they can order gloves, dresses. She makes wedding dresses, she orders wedding dresses, she alters them.
goodness.
It's another hat from the jewellery box in Felixstowe.
That is gorgeous. I mean, you really wouldn't, would you? You wouldn't see two in the
No,
same hat
No.
at a
I
wedding.
mean, all the hats
Look at that.
are different in her shop. I never
Yeah.
saw any two the same.
She got a huge shop.
It's not that huge, but you know the selection is good for what it is, and I'd advise
Yeah.
anyone that's going to a wedding or to Ascot or to a prom or something to go there first,
Mm.
rather than sort of travel further afield and just see what you can find, because I'm sure you'll
right.
find something that you like.
Yeah.
It's another one of Karina's hats.
Is
in the
it?
jewellery
I
box, yeah.
love that. Is that a fascinator or a hat?
That's a fascinator.
Is it really? But it looks like a hat.
Yeah, some of them are a bit deceiving, I think.
Gosh, you said
So,
that.
yeah,
That's
with a huge feather.
beautiful.
So
And I presume locally you would get help with what suits you as well.
Well,
do
I
you?
think with anywhere that you go shopping, they should have experts in the trade, you know, so any shop assistant should be able to help you
Oh, I
with your
love
bridal
that.
dress, your headdress, you know,
Yes.
whatever. Your florist will help you with your flowers or flowers in the hair.
I'd want
so-
them all. That's the trouble. Oh, God.
Now we're back to sort of what brides
Yeah.
could wear. Obviously, this is a sort of a bit more flamboyant. Again, we're going back to the flowers, which are popular for next year's
But she
trend,
looks beautiful in
but
it,
with
doesn't
butterflies
she?
in there as well. So
Yeah, that's still a brave bride.
You might want to wear this if you had a destination wedding, for example, on an exotic island, a Caribbean island or something.
yeah.
Maybe, you know, it's just
Yeah.
a suggestion. But
Yes. It's wonderful creations. Oh, that's
this hat
lovely.
was made by a milliner called Mary Ann Morrison, and she's based in Nayland in Suffolk. And
Right.
she obviously, you know, specialises in making bespoke hats.
Ah.
So if you wanted to spend a bit more money on your hat or fascinator, this is the type of person you might want to seek out.
This is the creme de la creme,
Yeah.
is it?
So again, I've tried to
Yeah.
cover all budgets. We've gone from what you can find in a local charity shop
Yeah.
to, you know, bespoke headwear made specially for you by
Yeah.
a milliner.
Jill,
So-
you've done us proud. You
So-
really have. I can't. Oh,
That's another one of Maureen Morrison's hats that she made, bespoke hat.
goodness. Is that a fascinator?
No, that is
a hat.
Yeah, it's like a
I
top
get
hat style.
confused. Oh,
That's
it's a
top hat style, yeah,
Okay.
based on a top hat style.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah.
If it's a top
Yeah.
hat, I can imagine
Maybe
it.
the crown isn't as high as a man's
Yeah.
top hat, but you know, you can see where it's modelled on.
It's gorgeous.
Another one of hers, that's a fascinator by Maureen Morrison. Again, colours are vibrant, and you know, you can discuss with your milliner what sort of colours or materials you want used.
Yeah.
So, okay.
Right.
So, yeah.
But do you know what? I have to ask the question. What's a fascinator? What denotes a fascinator?
A fascinator is normally attached to the bride's head by a band or a comb.
Like an Alice band?
Yes, that's
Oh,
right. I mean, the
right.
ones we've seen, you know,
Yes.
that last one, obviously the Alice band, and then the feathers and the netting is attached to it. So,
Oh,
yeah.
right. But they can also have a comb as
You
well.
can have a comb that denotes a fascinator, or a clip maybe. It's just not really a hat with a crown and a brim.
Right.
So, but fascinators were made trendy by Marie Antoinette originally.
Really?
Because she put jewels and feathers and flowers in her hair. So that was what we would call a fascinator. Then they went out of fashion until the Edwardian period. And then ladies started wearing fascinators again. Then they sort of dropped out of fashion. And it's only really in recent years that people are using those as an alternative to sort of hats.
So it's not a new thing. I thought fascinators were a new thing.
No, hats, veils, fascinators, they're all, you know, they've got their place in history. So,
Fantastic.
So-
Fantastic. Thank you for explaining
That's
that.
all right.
Because we're talking about them and I suddenly thought,
Yeah, I mean, most
Gosh,
people do know what they are, but, you know, just to sort of clarify it,
Yes.
it obviously is something
Yes.
that's fixed with a headband or a comb or clip.
fabulous. Now, do you think we've got some more? Oh,
Yes, we've got some more.
That
So,
is that for a bride?
That's for a bride. Well, it could be for anyone
Yes.
really, but, you know, a bride might consider
Yes.
wearing that, or maybe if you're a guest at a wedding.
But, I could see, that is, do you know, that's gorgeous and it's
Yeah.
huge.
The sort of overemphasising of flowers, as we spoke about in previous programmes, is a trend for next year. So we can bring it to the head as well, not just the wedding garment.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we can talk about that maybe in future programmes, other
Yes.
sort of floral trends that are coming up.
Right. I that is stunning. And that's lovely.
That's a bit
as
more
well.
subtle as a hat. You've got a little bit of netting covering the face,
Yeah.
again with overemphasis on the flower. And you might want to, you know, use a prop like a umbrella, sort of lace umbrella for your wedding, or give one to your bridesmaids or something like that.
You can really have a unique wedding, can't you? You
yeah.
can put together something
Yeah.
that's really, I think that's wonderful. Gosh, oh my goodness.
Again, a fascinator. Again, could be worn by a bride or the bridesmaids or a guest.
Yes, it's beautiful.
Again, we've got emphasis on flowers. Flowers are very big for 2015 in the bridal scene. So
Good thing to remember
yeah.
then, isn't it? But in so many different forms.
Yeah, in so many different forms,
Yes.
and great if you're going abroad, you know, to get
Right.
married. Easy to carry with you, transport.
Do you know that is that? You don't think of that going abroad,
Although you
do
should have your hat in a hat box anyway, but you
Yeah.
know, fascinator's obviously a bit smaller, a bit more easy to transport.
Right.
It's another fascinator.
I
a
like
bit more
that.
netting,
I
birdcage
like
netting.
that.
Yeah,
That looks very
with
bright.
little sequins on the flower there. So
Oh, is that what they are,
Yeah.
sequins? Oh, it's gorgeous. You could have stones as well,
anything.
couldn't you?
Another kind of
Oh.
fascinator fixed on with a headband or Alice band.
That is an slightly more unusual looking one,
Yeah,
isn't
you've got
it?
pearl, you've got everything there really, flowers,
Yeah.
the leaves, the feathers, the pearls.
Oh, I think we're coming up to the last one.
Okay. And here we're going back to the sort of birdcage netting over the face.
Isn't that elegant?
Very
though?
elegant.
That
And again,
is
can be
so
worn by a bride
elegant.
and, you know, a guest at a wedding. So,
Right. Oh, do you know what? You've given us such a beautiful display. I love it.
good.
So, there doesn't seem to be quite so many veils, you know, the old traditional veils.
Well, I think because we've got quite a lot of choice on the market now, and brides don't have to wear a veil. I mean, obviously you can, and they can come in various lengths, as we know, and various materials now. You know, you've got tulle, nylon ones, lace ones, whatever.
Yeah.
But you know, out there you've got your fascinators, you've got your combs, you've got your clips, everything that we've sort of talked about today, really.
You'd never do that years ago, would you?
No, I think, you know, traditionally a bride, when she's having what we call a white traditional wedding, would look for a veil. But yeah, there's lots of choice now for brides.
Do you find that they are still having veils?
Yes, of course. Some people still want the traditional veil, yeah.
No, it's utterly beautiful hats, though, aren't they? I could watch all that again, actually.
It's very interesting.
And, you know, you've got to think of mother and of the bride and the bridegroom, mother as well.
Yeah. Well, guests in general, really. I mean, although some women don't wear hats to weddings these days, you know, you have got the option of a fascinator or a comb, as we said. So,
is that because there's not all weddings are in churches?
Could be that. I think just because, you know, since sort of the 60s, the use of hats have dropped off a little bit. People had sort of their hair back combed and beehived in the 60s.
Right.
That gave a falling off of women wearing hats and things like that, being a bit more free, and flowers in the hair rather. And then it sort of came back into trend in the 1980s with Princess Diana sort of wearing hats and fascinators again. Right. So it's had its ebbs and flows as a fashion accessory, really.
But stunning, absolutely stunning. Yeah. Now, do you have a tip for us about wearing hats?
Well, I think if you're a very tall person, obviously try not to go for a very high crown and big brim, you know. And if you're quite a small person, obviously don't wear a very big brim hat, you know, try and keep it a bit shorter on the brim. You don't want the hat wearing you. You want to wear the hat. So, but, you know, just go to a shop or try things on, you know. Even go to a charity shop at first and try things on. Even if you don't buy from a charity shop, you get a sense of style, what suits you, what you like, what feels good, what looks good.
What a good idea, because people don't wear hats quite so much.
No, and
now,
a lot of people only buy hats, you know, for one occasion. They don't really wear them again. So, yeah.
Yes, although some of those you could wear.
Some of those you could.
You
know, some people are hat people and some people aren't. So it just depends.
Well, absolutely
on your personal
fascinating.
Taste. Yeah.
I hope you enjoyed that, because I thought that was lovely. It ranks, oh gosh, I don't know where to put it in the rankings. I had to put the wedding dresses first, but I think this could go second.
It's interesting, I think. You know, there's a lot to say, more than you think perhaps, about headgear, you know, for brides.
Beautiful. Yeah. And you wear them, don't you, for the wedding? Do you wear them for the reception?
You tend to take your hat off for a wedding reception, but I suppose these days it wouldn't really matter if you wore it.
I wouldn't want to take it off.
No, I think personal choice, really, if you're a guest at a wedding. So,
well, I think it's been a fabulous program. It's gone so quickly. Yeah. I can't believe the time. Can you believe we've seen all those hats and the time's just absolutely gone? I don't know what to say, because every week is fabulous, and things are planned for next week, but we're not quite there, but I think it might be a little bit different.
In the planning stages.
Yes, we're in the planning stage, because I thought it'd be quite nice to go out and visit and
see what's in Felixstowe, really. I mean, I think a lot of people these days, when they're planning their wedding, do tend to go further afield or look to the internet first and foremost, but it is quite good to go back to your own community and see what facilitators there are out there. I mean, what florists are out there, what cake makers, jewellers, dressmakers, milliners, you know, hat makers, we've got to remember, are for men, and milliners are for women. That's a term that
I never thought of that.
No. So if you're obviously a female looking for a hat, you need to look for a milliner.
Right.
And obviously if you're a groom or, you know, the usher or whatever, and you want a hat for a wedding, you look for a hat maker. There's different terms.
Jill, you've been a star.
Thank you.
Absolutely wonderful programme, and I hope you're going to join us next week to see where we're going to go. I think it's a brilliant idea. Let's go to Felixstowe.
Yeah, let's
see what
Felixstowe's
got to offer.
For sure.
Because you've just shown us some wonderful
things. I
things.
mean, the more I research, the more I find. And, you know, it's on our doorstep, it's promoting businesses, and people are working hard in our community. So why not show the public what's out there, really?
I think that's a good idea. And also, from your perspective, you haven't got so far to travel.
That's very
and
true.
That is brilliant. Because if you see something and you've seen it a long way away, you've then got to go back again. Time is short. Weddings take up so much time to prepare. If we can find you really good things locally, I think we'll be doing a good job then.
Yeah.
Yes. So I look forward to seeing you next week, and I'm really grateful, and thank you for joining us this week. You have a good time. Thank you. Bye-bye.